Peace, Moors. We live. Just gonna have a quick discussion. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming in, and make sure you like this, share this. If you have anything to say, feel free to share it in the chat. Just a real discussion for all of us Moors. Peace. Okay, so one thing I do want to do, I want to make sure I get some feedback. We need some feedback just on the new video, the new Moors in America video. Shout out to the brother Columbus own Sean Bands. Appreciate the Moor for making this song. Y'all check this out. Let us know what you think. Peace and love. First and foremost though, before we get started, we always rise and give honors to the creator of the universe, Allah. We give honors to our divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, for bringing us our divine creed and nationality. We also give honors to the forerunner to the prophet, Brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We give honors to all the 8 sheiks and all the faithful Moors that make up the grand body of the Moorish divine and national movement. Many of you didn't know that the prophet actually established the government. He actually set everything up before he made the transition, and we give honors to the first appointed Supreme Grand Sheikh by the Prophet, and that's Brother Edward Millie Ill. We also give honors to the current Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and that's Brother Tay Dandrigel. Give honors to the Grand Council of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and honors to all you L's and Bays out there. Islam, Islam, Islamism.
I am not a Negro, black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is.
Okay, I'm sorry. It looks like we might have been having some trouble with the audio, so we're going to start that video over.
I am not a Negro, black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is. Yo. We just Moors in America, soar through the shores and endure criminal acts of war on our character. 7 years after the 4th score, no reward. Shout out to the most courageous, they was jumping over barriers. Where does that compare to you? We come from a place where you scared to visit our area. We come from a place where it's scary for good Samaritans. Heavy luggage we carrying, babies having babies. It's crazy being American. Praise the one and only Allah, there's no comparison. La ilaha illa Allah, body and buried gin. Laughing at you clowns like ha ha, dodging the Nephilim. Conquer lower self with the high, follow your regimen. Way before they came we were gods, and now we specimen. Tried to take the light from our eyes, thank God for Edison. Then they put the wool on our eyes, it's so embarrassing. Now we travel frequently, we should invest in Sheraton. All of us got gold on our bodies whenever we stepping in. Screaming Ramadan Mubarak, training the flesh again. Wishing we could move as a unit just like the Mexicans. Dodging all the foods with estrogen, synthetic medicines. All sin isn't devilish. Sometimes the decisions that you make come for a better gift. Sometimes when you sin is to relate to all your brethren. Heavenly gates all in our face, we the champions. We live in the sky, we see the angels on the chariots. Waiting on the $20 bill, facing Harriet. I bet you I'ma carry it. I'm in love with music to the point I wanna marry it. But my love for people is greater, so I write messages. Largest spending power, but we still sit at a deficit. Living amongst prejudice, even at our residence. Moors in America, flourishing, excellent. Let's buy up some neighborhoods and groom our own president. Yeah. And I come come to you today with all intentions of spreading love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
All right, Islamism. Islamism to the brother Jackson Bay. Peace. Peace to the brother Willie Humphreys. Peace to KTO Toys. Peace to everybody else that's watching it. Can't see your name. Just gonna speak on some stuff. Just some things that I guess you could say is affecting us all right now. You know, some things that's affecting the community as a whole. Just Moors in general. All right. So yeah, how's everybody doing though? Peace. How's everybody doing? You guys doing good? Y'all letting all this stuff get to you? Is all the stuff we seeing stressing us out? How y'all dealing with it? All right? Because if it's not one thing, it's another. You know? If it's not one thing, it's another. And you know, just being on social media, you know, I guess depending on who you have on there as your friends, Islam peace, Willie Rivers peace, what do you see on there? You know, you see people posting about the virus, posting about this and that, posting about the killings now, you know, the shootings. Something that we used to, right? We've been seeing this stuff for a long time. It never stopped. But you see it all the time. And you know, I just wanted to speak on it because, you know, it's really important that no matter what's going on, Islam, that's right. Still just study, you still have to stay on it. You have to stay on the mind game. You have to control your mental regardless of what's going on. Okay? You have to be able to see through the hype. You can't get caught up. Because for some reason, it's very important to control what we're thinking, what we're focused on. Okay? For some reason, this is really important to control what we're thinking about, what we're putting our energy towards, and to direct it towards fear. Okay? And we should be able to see through this by now. But, you know, as a whole, we don't. Even those of us who think that we're conscious, who think that we're, you know, at a high mind state where you can see through the trickery and the treachery. Even us, we still getting caught up. You know, it's like they pull the strings, you know, do certain things, and everybody starts reacting the same way. Okay? Everybody's reacting the same way. And we have to start to see through this stuff. You know, I did want to share this because just yesterday, the lesson we did for Holy Day, we were speaking on the tools of the workshop of the mind. And it's just extremely important to actually practice this, to put these things into use in your everyday life, because this stuff will have you all over the place. And worrying about all of these different things, it's not going to bring you any value. It's not going to bring you any prosperity. It's not going to get anything done in your life. And when I say it's not going to get anything done, let me share something with you. Okay? Hang on. Where is this? Okay, here we go. All right, yeah. Okay, here we go. So
if they want to chase somebody down, we got over 100 bodies.
Just recently,
chase
there was
us
some
down.
protests
Y'all
going
own this
on.
neighborhood. If y'all run this neighborhood, if y'all want that life,
people were protesting. I think it's in Georgia, right? The brother was jogging and the people gunned him down, you know. just shot him in cold blood. And you know, the guys didn't even get charged. I think they finally got charged with it, but you know they didn't, and it took a long time, you know, for something to actually happen. And so, you know, people are protesting, which is something that our people have been doing actually for a long time now, right? Hang on a second. What we have? You would like to get a free gold account. What you selling? Carrot bars? I don't know about that. You know, that stuff. You know, most of the people selling that's like, you know, MLM stuff. Is it one of the multi-level marketing things? I'm not gonna knock it, but you know, it is what it is. But what we're talking about though, of course, she had the killing, right? And it's, you know, happened recently. The brothers who, not the brother, the brother was jogging, and for those that don't know, but everybody probably knows, some 2 European dudes killed him in cold blood, and they didn't even get charged. And I think they just now maybe brought up some charges on them, but it took a long time, right? Okay, and so I'm gonna give a shout out to KTO Toys. You know, this is sacrifice, yeah. Islam. I mean, you know, I believe so too. You know, and there's no telling really what's going on behind these killings. For all we know, the technology that's being used is figuring out what these people are going to do in the future, and they're going ahead and execute, you know, or seeing who they're going to give birth to, what they're going to do. And so they're like, look, we need to take this person out. We don't know what's really behind these killings, right? But just on the base level, you know, that's what we're going to deal with right now. Just on the basic level, you know, they're being used to manipulate us, to get us thinking a certain way, to get us focused on fear. Fear, of course, is like, it's toxic for your body. It's horrible for your body. Cal. You know?
Come on, Cal.
It kills you.
Come on. Somebody's
running. It raises your stress levels.
They running.
It just throws everything off. And then what's even more important than that is your mentality, your mind, your mental, your thoughts. Because whatever you feel, right, whatever you put feeling behind and emotion behind, emotion is energy in motion. So whatever you put that behind and your imagination, that's what you're creating in your reality. And we should know that these protests don't do anything. Now people have been protesting for a long time, and they've been getting nothing from it. I mean, like, you know, the protests when Trayvon Martin was killed, you know, that was years ago. And what did it do? They've been protesting for years, and it gets nothing done. But, you know, it does get people who are upset to put their energy towards something, but putting it towards something that's fruitless. Nothing comes from it. You know, not moving as a unit to get things changed in the legislation so that people, no matter what, are going to get prosecuted, so that people know it is not just open season on your people. You're not doing that. You know, not putting pressure on the people in office to, you know, to do something about this, not getting like some type of, you know, like the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League for the Jews. They're not getting like something like this formed for themselves so that these people are going, you know, down for their crimes. They're not doing that, right? And so in effect, you know, it's useless. Okay, and then you know, for those that don't know, even though most of you probably know, you already seen this video before,
okay,
right?
Y'all, this is going to be very graphic.
The brothers
this is
jogging,
about the
and it just happened to be caught on tape.
Shooting. I mean,
right?
these fellas,
somebody just happened to capture it on
cold-blooded
tape.
murdered him.
You know, what's the odds of that?
Look.
Right, so the dude's just minding his own business, and some
You're going
guys
to see him jogging. You see him jogging down the
pull out the
street.
gun.
They were parked up there already. He's trying to go around them.
Cold blood, right? And then nothing happens. You know, police don't even arrest him.
What would you do if somebody had a shotgun pointing at
so
you?
It's crazy, right? And then this
Just did. He defended himself.
How convenient.
And you can't.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
So this, you know, this is wild.
Oh,
it's wild, but this isn't the first time we've seen this.
Base cowards.
You know, look at the brother collapsing.
Cowards.
Like this, you know, this
Do you hear me?
ridiculous. It's crazy. And you know, when you think about it, like, you know, when stuff like this happens, okay, everything has to get pushed to the extreme when it comes to us, right? It has to, because, you know, we're not reacting enough to everything that is going on. Somebody said, what's the plan? Okay, we can talk about that in a minute, because we do have a plan, all right? But part of that plan is you coming into the society that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali established for us, so that you can be in on the discussion and work with us to make it happen, all right? Because we have to move as a unit for us to carry any weight, okay? And it's really important that everybody does that, because you're just sitting online typing what is the plan and sharing the videos, and even out in the streets protesting is doing nothing, and it's not going to change anything. And this stuff happens for years and years and years, and it's not changing nothing. So y'all got to do something different, okay? And that should be obvious by now, you know. And then I'll share another one too. There's you know, it's plenty of crazy things going on, right? And just with that video, you know, that just the fact that it was caught on tape, you know, is ridiculous, right? But Black Death is like an industry, you know. It's an industry, and it's getting pumped and promoted, and you know, the suffering of the people, you know, is promoted, is pushed out there for everyone to see. This another thing that I was, you know, saw somebody sharing online, talking about they went up in the house, and they, you know, the police went up in the house looking for someone else, I guess, and they wound up killing a lady who lived there, right? And this just happened in March, you know. Ridiculous, like crazy, like this shouldn't be happening, you know. It doesn't make any sense, okay? But going back to this, you know, and then it's like everybody's not scared enough, right? They push the corona thing, you know, letting you know how this thing is so deadly, so dangerous, that you need to wear a mask. You can't be around anybody. You could just drop dead. You can catch it and wind up, you know, it cuts off, it makes it where it's hard to breathe, it causes all these complications, all this stuff, and people are actually getting it, you know, because it's a biological weapon. So there actually are people that have it, you know, that's been infected with it, but they also hyped it up to be way worse than it is. Okay, so they're pushing that, all right, and then what's next? Then they try to push this mess about these killer bees, right? Pushing the killer bees, pushing all this stuff all right now, okay? And then they bring out the killings. Like every year, you got some Asiatic people getting murdered, okay? And so they're pushing that too. And it's just like coming out like clockwork. Usually you have school shootings. I remember reading it. This March was the first year in a long time there haven't been any school shootings. That's because the schools got shut down. So if school was in, there would have been a school shooting too. And if people were going to the movies and all that stuff, if all that stuff didn't get shut down, there would have been some public shootings too. There was actually one, though. I think there was one like last month in Canada. All right. And what happened, because a friend of mine in Canada shared something talking about how they're changing the legislation now to make it even harder for them to own weapons, own firearms. Okay, so they try that every year here, and they're not able to push it through. But listen, man, it's a game. It's a game. And I'm not saying that that this stuff that's going on is totally fake. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a game. It's a game, and it's being used to play you and to play your to control what your thought process is, to control how you're thinking. All right? And it doesn't matter what is going on, what's being played out. The only thing you can control is your mind. All right? That's the only thing you can control. All right? They're pushing fear. And like the brother said, Islam is scripted. All right? Like clockwork. All this stuff going on, and boom, they pulled out the killings. All right? And so if you have a lot of Asiatic people on your social media, you're going to be seeing all the videos and people complaining, talking about how they mad at, you know, white folks and how it's messed up. But then if you have friends of any other persuasion. You know, any other, it doesn't matter whether they're Asian, you know, they could be European descent or whatever. You're not going to see all that. It's like they're living in a totally different reality. Okay? But see, here's the thing. Like, our people only do this when they go all out and kill somebody. Right? They're not up in the uproar all the time, which you should be. You should be in the uproar all the time because we've been played, and we've been played for hundreds of years now. We've been, you know, sold into or tricked into, you know, this slave status where we don't have rights. Now, people, after this death, you know, after a couple months, they'll be over the death and they'll go back to normal, even though it's still messed up. They still have to renew your right to vote every 20 or so years, right? They still can say, okay, you can have rights as a citizen, but, you know, sometimes they just pull them away. Everything is conditional, okay? So we're still in this status where we're not truly human or not, you know, in the same position as everyone else around us. So it's always messed up. All right. And so the person in the chat said, so what's the plan that the Moorish Americans have? Well, we're always at work, bro. We never go back to sleep. We always know this is a messed up situation, and we're always working, you know, to do something about it. All right. So that never changes. The rest of y'all just get activated when they're showing the coronavirus on TV. Then you know that, hey, something's wrong and everything's shutting down, and, you know, you can't get your toilet paper, and they're running out of meat in the different stores, and now people starting to think about this. But we always know we need to grow our own food. We need to have our own distribution. We need to have our own economy. We always know that. All right, and we don't wait until someone gets gunned down, because they're going to do it next year too. They always do this. We don't wait for that to happen to realize we need to control our own neighborhoods. We need our own security forces for our own neighborhoods. We can't trust that. We can't put all our trust in the Europeans either. Right? So there's nothing new for us. Okay? We don't get all hyped up when they push our buttons to go. Now, you know, when I see more sharing that stuff, it is kind of disappointing because you're supposed to know better. All right. But beyond all that, you know, look, we don't get hyped when they push our buttons because we know better. This is nothing new. This is always going on. Okay. This is an ongoing thing. Ain't nothing changed. All right. And being out there protesting and all that stuff, that's not going to change anything. That's not how it's done. Okay. So we have to control our situation. We have to work together. We have to always be focused. You can't get caught up in the hype. All right? You can't. Okay? And one of the things that I was speaking on earlier, we just spoke on this just on Holy Day. I'm going to go on and share this with you, you know, because we always keep the prophet out front. All right? And these are some lessons that everybody can use to strengthen themselves and to maintain your sanity in the midst of all this going on. We were reading from chapter 5, all right, where it's speaking on the early years of Jesus. He's, you know, where he's going into the temple and he's speaking with the doctors of law, or teaching, okay, and he winds up discussing the tools of the workshop of the mind, and these are things that everyone can use. We spoke on just the metaphysics of the number 5 because it's chapter 5 and the prophet didn't do anything by chance. All right. And 5, meaning the working of wisdom and understanding. Right. With wisdom being the awareness of the presence and power of God within you. And then the understanding being the application of that God power that's in you and using that in your everyday affairs. So that lets you know automatically that chapter 5 is going to give you the tools to use the God power in you, right? All right, and then the 5 is also a symbol of the imagination, the disciplined imagination, all right? So y'all listen up, because the disciplined imagination, that's the God power, all right? Whatever you imagine and feel to be true is going to come to pass. I don't know if any of y'all ever listened to Brother Reverend Ike, all right, but he told people about the power of the mind. He taught that for the longest, okay, and it's real. And this is why they want to control your imagination and how you feel. And this is also why if you spend a lot of time watching TV, like say you have an everyday schedule, say you always coming home and you watching TV, you playing video games and stuff like that, somebody else is in control of your imagination, all right? And that's what you're giving your power to. All right. And then if you turn around and you're seeing these things that's happening, the killings and all that, and you feeling sad and upset or angry, someone's controlling your mind. And that's the only thing you can control. And that's the most powerful thing, because that's how we create reality. All right. And so by them tapping into this as a collective and targeting us, the Asiatics, the original people, okay, they are controlling reality because they're controlling what the Asiatics are thinking. I'm not saying that everybody else isn't creator too, because we all share this as a collective co-creators, but they're targeting the Asiatics, and so they're getting the original people to think on a certain frequency, to be, operating in fear, anger, frustration, to be thinking about these things, to be thinking about how bleak things are, about how messed up it is, right? And so they got you creating this that's going to keep you locked in to this, slave planet type deal that people are living in right now. Okay? And it's crazy. You have to be able to think outside the box. So we're going to go back to chapter 5 because it's giving you the tools to use that God power within you in a disciplined manner. Okay? And so it's really important because when the master, Jesus, speaking to his father, he's saying, or not speaking to his father. Well, yeah. When he's speaking to his father, he's talking about the carpenter's tools, right? The tools of the workshop of the mind. Okay? And he's teaching you how to square your thoughts, how to keep everything within the bounds of righteousness. Draw the circle around your own passions. Okay? So that means that no matter what we're seeing in the media, what's going on out there, you have to draw that circle around your passions. You have to control. You can't let somebody touch your buttons and make you go off in a certain way. You have to control it. You have to stay focused no matter what. All right? And that's extremely important. Okay? Because if you're not doing this, you're losing. All right? And then as a collective, if we're not doing this, we're not really more scientists. We're not really masterminds. We're not adepts. We're not, we're being used and abused. Okay? So I'm shout out to the brother KTO Toys again. All this stuff is scripted. I'm not saying that the dude didn't really die. All right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this stuff was planned out. It wasn't just a random thing. Okay? It's even if these guys just happened to be one of many racist people that killed someone innocent, the fact that they didn't do anything about it, and that the video gets put out and it's being picked up by all the media and all that stuff, that was scripted. That was planned out. Okay? It was planned out. And so no matter what's going on, you have to control your mind. You can't get caught up. This is going to be short though, because we're about to do some stuff. So I just wanted to share this because you have to control your mind. You have to. If you're not, you're caught up.
And YouTube would take down a video real fast. Facebook would take down a video real fast. Why they letting all those videos rock so our people could see them constantly all day?
Yeah, Instagram, all that stuff. And that's true. I mean, there's some videos where people are talking about or showing how the coronavirus wasn't really as bad as it's said that it is. They were even having doctors and different people in the medical profession exposing this stuff. Boom, it's getting taken down immediately. Facebook just announced last month that they're gonna start taking down any posts putting out misinformation about the coronavirus. Why are they worried about that? It's social media. Why do y'all even care? Right? How does this even that makes no sense. Like, people put up jokes, people put up all types of crazy stuff. Why do they care, right? So the control factor is there. Why are they allowing people to put these videos up showing the people getting killed? Like, a couple years ago, there was a guy who was live streaming him getting shot, by the police, and his woman's in the car with him, and he was like a teacher, or he worked in the school cafeteria or something like that. Why is this on here? And then it's getting played over and over again, right? They need us to feel the pain. They need us to be scared. They need us to be angry and frustrated. All right? They need us to be like that. Okay? And they have us locked into a victim mentality. A victim mentality is never going to get you anywhere. All right? Can't be like this. Can't be caught up so often and keep repeating that cycle. Just keep going for it. Just going for the bait. It's like a mouse trap. All right? And it's there. You know what I'm saying? But we just keep going for it and getting caught up. All right? There's a lot of things going on. Maybe some of the stuff I can't really talk about right now, but there's a lot going on, man. And it's not all bad. Like, they want to push the negativity. It's just like the films that you see. They show Armageddon. They show the change. They show all the zombies. It's always a terrible situation, terrible future. Zombies took over, or everybody's been wiped out and annihilated, or there's this one movie that they just made a sequel to, where they had these creatures that kill anyone that makes any noise, and I can't remember what it is, but they just brought the sequel out, and I'm just saying that as an example. There's zombies, or there's monsters, or just war, just Armageddon, right? And so they always show this bleak future. And then they're putting the traps out. In real life, they're putting the traps out there to keep you stuck in this reality where you're being ruled over, right? When in reality, we're already giants. We've already woken up. We've already had a prophet of Allah come to us, return us, set us back in place. We're already giants. We already have the power. The tools are there to control your reality, right? That's why it is important to study the Holy Quran and put this stuff into action, because these are the tools of the workshop of the mind, and all is mind, right? If you study Hermetic law, if you study this, you'll see, the 7 universal principles. The first one is all is mind. You get all is mind, all the rest of that stuff, yeah, it's important to know too, but all is mind. Everything in the universe is controlled by thought. Everything is composed of thought. There's sciences like the quantum physics and all this stuff. It's just going like backwards towards what our ancestors were saying thousands and thousands of years ago, that all is mind, right? They now have experiments and things that show that their thoughts control the final outcome. That any experiment they're trying to do is going to be tainted by their expectations of it. And they know this is true. Okay? All is mine. And so if all is mine, that means, we can't be slaves. We can't be controlled by anyone unless we're going along with it. Okay? And so, I don't want to really talk about how great the people are that are ruling over us and all this stuff, because no one can rule over us. They can only try to trick you, to try to keep you locked down so that you're allowing them to rule over you. And that's why the prophet taught us these tools. It's why it was brought to us, because in the end, look, he let us know that, okay, he gave us everything that we needed. Now take it and save yourself. If you can only get the Moors to thinking, all right, we will take care of everything. All we have to do is control our minds. Now, physically, yeah, you need to come into the society that we have and work together with your Moors to build up the things physically that we need. We need to, have our own grocery stores. We need to be growing our own food. We need to have our own, obviously, we need our own either police department or just private security, and fire the police department, because they're not good. They're not going to do what we need them to do. They need to represent the community, just like the Jews and even the Muslim communities in different areas in New York. I even saw one in Texas, right? They have their own Muslim police force, security, all right? But they do everything the police do, and the police don't mess with them. And that's obviously we need something like that as long as we're in this construct that we're in right now. But it's not going to happen if the people aren't coming in, and working together. There are some people who call themselves Moors who's out there all over the place, just mixing and messing with everything. They're not coming in with the government system that was set up for us and operating with the structure and the laws that we have. That's not going to work. Pretending that all of a sudden, just because you got some paperwork that you sovereign and people have to bow down to you when they don't, it's not going to work. Pretending isn't going to work. It takes work, physical work, and numbers to make any of this stuff that these people were talking carry any weight at all. Okay? So I'm saying, come on in and work together. Like, forget all that talk. Man, you people talking and sharing this stuff and feeling upset, you need to get on the call. We have a call Sunday. Go ahead, go to the page. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, just go to the Facebook page. You see the links up here, Moors in America, Facebook and Instagram. Go on there, link up with us. Come on a call Sunday. Find out what we're doing. All right? Forget sharing the videos. Forget feeling all bad and messed up. That's getting you nowhere. That's getting us nowhere. Okay? It is important to control your mind because all is mind, and then physically work together. Okay? For real, in real life, to get the things that you want accomplished. All right, but yeah, they got these people locked into these basically locked into just a circle, this never-ending circle of servitude, of sadness. Yeah, black pain is a big deal.
Make art from our pain, Look at all the movies they be showing with the slavery. It's like, oh, they're making this. They put all this money into all this technology to make it look clear, so you can see the blood flying from the whip, and it's like, really? They really want you to feel this, Pete. They want you to notice, your own soul.
Yeah, and just like the shows that one show, The Wire, and stuff like that, where it's in the hood and they showing all the bad stuff in the hood, because like most people in the hood ain't selling drugs and killing. And they're like, who's killing? You only got like a handful of people who actually can go around just killing folks, like that. So it's only really a handful of people that's actually really like participating in this stuff. Everybody else is just trying to survive. But they focus on the killing, the killers and the drug dealers and all this stuff because it's glamorous. So they make it, stories out of it, and everybody's all compelling. They got the best actors on it, and everybody's watching this stuff. And this is black pain, because this stuff is insane. The conditions that the people's living in, nobody else could survive this stuff.
And look at the racks they bringing in from it, though. The art they're creating from it, the products that they're creating from it, their marketing. It's going to be T-shirts. It's going to be, DVDs. It's going to be all kinds of posters. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. Soundtracks, musics, songs written just for this purpose.
Yeah, and it's, look, man, participating in that stuff. I'm not telling you, you should feel bad if you watch that stuff every now and then. But look, getting locked into it. Yeah, getting locked into it is just going to keep you down. And that's why at the end of the day, I'm talking about the mind. I advise everybody to go to 40daymastersystem.com and purchase this. It's an audio book with neuro-linguistic programming in it. So there's like an audio portion that you listen to every day to help you change your mind and change your reality. And then also we have a universal meditation MP3 that everybody can get. It's only $2.95 or $3.95. You just get it automatic download. I can put the link in the chat for that too. But look, we advise everybody to do this because the most important thing is changing your mind, and you can't get locked into these cycles. It's just like say you're not where you want to be at in life. You know, you don't have what you want in life. You haven't accomplished your goals, but you still making time to play video games every day. Okay? Let me tell you what those video games really are. The video games are your drug. Okay? It's no different than somebody, maybe a little bit different, but it's no different than somebody who's getting drunk every day, high every day, and their life is trash. You know, they're not living a good life. Their life is messed up, falling apart. Okay? Obviously, that drug is just whatever, or they drinking is just keeping them cool and not, you know, feeling like they need to change something and change their life drastically. So, like, a lot of people do this. I mean, some people, it's just TV. You come home, you watching Netflix, you watching shows like Al Bundy, sitting in front of the TV, you cool, okay? Even though you're not where you want to be at in life, okay? So, playing the video games. And I'm going to say that, too, because there's a lot of dudes is, you know, playing video games. You know, people my age, some people even older than me. And you're playing the games, you know, but in real life, you're lame because you don't have what you want. You're not living where you want to be at, okay? And you got to think about it like something ain't right. Are you going to continue doing it? It's like the brother said in the chat, distractions. So all of these things are distractions. While I'm hitting on this, like, you know, the killings and all this stuff, it's all distractions to keep us in this mousetrap. That's how whack and lame it is. It's a mousetrap. It's obvious. If you are a true mastermind, you see through it and you step around it. But if you're gonna keep playing the games every day, you got the Xbox, you got the Switch, you got all this stuff, you playing these games like a child, okay? All right, and you're not where you want to be at in life. Like, if you really wanted to be successful, you would push all that aside. You'd be like, you know, I'm not even gonna play another game until I'm a millionaire. Or at least on the way to being a millionaire. Okay, but people are never going to reach that. They're going to die without having accomplished the things that they want because you have this distraction. You got this game. And even though, you know, maybe you work or whatever you do to make money, it ain't enough. And maybe you have dreams that you'd like to accomplish, but you're never going to reach it because you got your games. You know? And that's keeping you stuck at this level where you are not exceptional, where you will never reach your goals, where you will never reach your true potential because you have this false reality that you can play the game and it's occupying your mind. Instead of you putting that time towards, even if you're just taking small steps every day towards reaching your goal, you know, towards something else, towards empowering yourself, you're putting that time into the games. This fake reality, man. You know, people playing them sim type games, you know, where you in there, you're a little avatar, you know, Minecraft and stuff like that, just wasting time. You could be putting that towards empowering yourself, you know, or you're on just social media, just looking at stuff. TV, watching movies. It's all fake. You're wasting time. You could be putting that towards empowering yourself, but you're stuck. And those things are there to keep you stuck in a stationary position so that you can't move forward. You're stuck in a time warp. And that's what all this stuff is too. All of these shootings. Yes, someone lost their life and that's horrible and terrible, but that's just one person. But they get a bigger effect from it, the people who orchestrate this stuff, because now you got thousands and possibly millions of people stuck in place because you're distracted now. Now you're stuck, you're in a funk, okay? When you should be focused on your goals, where you should be working as a collective. Even if, look, all you could do is join the temple and be a member, pay your dues. All right? Maybe, you know, learn about your actual government and what it means instead of sticking with this crap that you're seeing on the internet. People, you know, it's crazy. Somebody will be like, man, someone sold me these, you know, IDs or something. You buying stuff off the internet from somebody. Like, bro, that's crazy. Why would you buy anything from anyone? I mean, like, if they selling this stuff, they need to be doing real good. If I'm gonna mess with them, it's like, no, you buying stuff from people who ain't doing no better than you. You buying a passport There's even some dude be, selling passports, and he like a bummy hood N-word. All right? And he's selling passports, telling you you gonna be a diplomat, and you trusting people like this? You gotta be insane. Absolutely insane to do that. Okay? So, look. At the end of the day, nothing's gonna change until you change. So what as a collective is going on? Like, I'm not sitting up here acting like I know it all, but I know I'm not a loser, and I know I'm successful, and so I'm trying to share these. I'm sharing what really works, man. Okay, so you have to control your mind. So if you're locked into a cycle and things just keep happening, all right, what can you do to change it? All right, so I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I don't get upset when someone gets gunned down. It don't make me feel any kind of way. I don't feel any different. Okay? And it's not because I'm just some heartless, cold person. Like, come on, man. How many times is this stuff going to happen and you get upset every time? And nothing's changing. It's like, man, I don't care. It's not because I don't know it's messed up. It's because y'all out here protesting and sharing the stuff online and getting upset. Hey, that ain't going to change anything. Okay? So you have to control your mind. That's one thing. You got to shut that down. Like, right away. Stop doing this stuff like a broken record. Okay? You have to control your mind no matter what. And so regardless of whether somebody's been killed or, whatever's going on out there, you need to be focused on building up you, and then as a whole, building up your society. All right? And that's extremely important no matter what time it is, no matter what time of the year, what season, regardless of what's going on out there. And that's what, all of the successful or smart societies are doing. Okay? And that's one of the reasons, that, like, you may have figured this out by now, but black people as a whole suffer. We don't really have our society. Okay? We do as Moorish Americans, but most people's operating outside of that. Even a lot of people just call themselves Moors. Okay? So you got all these people doing their own thing, and you don't really have your own structure. Right? We're not focused. They got it still in this day and age. It's insane to think that black people still think that them voting Democrat makes any difference. It's insane. They should have been figured out that that's not working for them. All right? But that's what happens when you don't have your own structure. All right? And so the only thing that you can do is come together with your people, no matter how big or small your society is, and work together and be successful as a collective. And then more of our people will come along with it. All right? But in the state that things are in, it's a shame because they push this stuff and everybody just gets caught up in it, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to change anything. And then you have to learn that these principles, the ones that's in the Holy Quran, all of this stuff is real. All right? And it's very important to know how important, or to understand the magnitude of controlling your own thoughts. All right? Controlling your own thoughts will change your reality. Doing it as a collective will change our collective reality. All right? So Moorish Americans, we should be on this. We should know the power of the mind, and we should be working together, right, as a collective to use this to our benefit. Because that's where the power of Allah is in you. That's how you work it, by controlling your mind. Okay? And so, once again, I'm gonna say everybody should get on the discussion we have tomorrow, Sunday school. We'll do it on Zoom, so you can call in or get on the app. Do that at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody needs to be on there every Friday and Sunday. Same information, same link, same phone number. Everybody should be on there, especially if you're sharing this stuff online. Like, you really want to do something, you got to build off the internet. We have to do this in real life. That's not good enough. So everybody needs to do that. I say also everybody, go to 40daymastersystem.com. Get it. All right, it's only $14.95. You can download it. You can even play the audiobook. You don't even have to read it. And then there's MP3s. There's a system that you do for 40 days straight. Neuro-linguistic programming to help you reprogram your mind. All right? So that you're not working against yourself. And that's extremely important. I advise everybody to do that and get on the call with us on Sunday. We're going to go ahead and cut this short. But I just want to put that out there because, like, you know, the narrative is so obvious. You know, they push the same narrative all the time, and it's fear. Okay? Fear, and then they push our plight, you know, our struggle. They push that, and they want to keep us locked into that. Who is the they? I hate saying they, but there's some faces. You could put some faces to it. I'll say one name, George Soros. That's a guy who's a billionaire who actually financed Black Lives Matter. Why is this billionaire financing Black Lives Matters? Because instead of us actually working to get things done that would make it where these police killings and all this stuff stop, they had us protesting. When that's changed nothing, right? And then they were pushing that narrative to the Europeans, like, look at them all getting together, you know, making them think we actually getting riled up to do something. Okay? So these people today, there's real people, real organizations that's working to control us and to keep us locked into this plight, this servitude. Why? Because we're better than that. Okay? If we all had our minds on point and thinking about ourselves and the power that we have and exercising it, anything you think was working against you would be gone. And it would be gone faster than you can even imagine. All right? It's like when the prophet allegedly said, you know, that the Europeans would wind up having to take up some water, meaning they would have to wind up going back to Europe. Like, you don't think that's a reality, but you don't know what could happen. All right? All we have to do is control ourselves and control our mind. And that's real. And so, you know, and then we can work together as a collective. That's another reason you work with your brothers and sisters, you know, in the temple or whatever, so that we can help each other stay on point. Okay? Because, you know, everybody slips every now and then. Okay? But that's why we're here for, you know, to help each other and to work as a collective. Nobody can do this by themselves. You know, you can change your reality by yourself, but as a collective, you know, they say that if two shall agree, right, on earth, whatever they agree on, it will come to pass or it will manifest. Okay? So as a collective, we can change all of this overnight. It doesn't have to be all African, so-called African Americans. You know? It could just be a couple thousand of us. We're that powerful, and that's why they need to keep us locked into this fear. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this. People who came in later, make sure you go back and rewatch this whole broadcast. This is how you control your reality. All right? And peace and love to everybody. On that note, we're out. I'm going to play this video one last time. Let us know what you think of it. Go ahead in the chat and share what you think of this video. Peace and love.
I am not a Negro, Black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is. Yo, We just Moors in America, soar through the shores and endure criminal acts of war on our character. 7 years after the 4th score, no reward. Shout out to the most courageous, they was jumping over barriers. Where does that compare to you? We come from a place where you scared to visit our area. We come from a place where it's scary for good Samaritans. Heavy luggage we carrying, babies having babies. It's crazy being American. Praise the one and only Allah, there's no comparison. La ilaha illa Allah, body and buried gin. Laughing at you clowns like ha ha, dodging the Nephilim. Conquer lower self with the high, follow your regimen. Way before they came we were gods and now we specimen. Tried to take the light from our eyes, thank God for Edison. Then they put the wool on our eyes, it's so embarrassing. Now we travel frequently, we should invest in Sheraton. All of us got gold on our bodies whenever we stepping in. Screaming Ramadan, Mubarak, training the flesh again. Wishing we could move as a unit just like the Mexicans. Dodging all the foods with estrogen, synthetic medicines. All sin isn't devilish. Sometimes the decisions that you make come for a better gift. Sometimes when you sin is to relate to all your brethren. Heavenly gates all in our face, we the champions. We live in the sky, we see the angels on the chariots. Waiting on the $20 bill, face a Harriet. I bet you I'ma carry it. I'm in love with music to the point I wanna marry it. But my love for people is greater, so I write messages. Largest spending power, but we still sit at a deficit. Living amongst prejudice, even at our residence. Moors in America, flourishing, excellent. Let's buy up some neighborhoods and groom our own president. Yeah. And I come to you today with all intentions of spreading love, truth, peace,